Hello, friends. This is Dave Hurwitz, executive editor at ClassicsToday.com, here with a disc that's been kicking around for a while, but I finally got to it. I'm very happy I did. It's Delius's incidental music to Hassan. It's a play by, who's it by? A guy named Flecker. James Elroy Flecker, who only lived from 1884 to 1915. Now, the actual story, the actual title is The Story of Hassan of Baghdad and How He Came to Make the Golden Journey to Samarkand. Yeah, like we care how he came to make the golden journey to Samarkand. Well, some people might. I mean, it's a matter of personal taste. Delius wrote a lot of music for this, and some of you may know the Serenade, which is a popular sort of encore piece from Hassan. It's lovely. It's absolutely lovely. And there's also Beecham recorded bits of it, and Vernon Handley did an almost complete incidental music thing. I mean, it said it was complete. There's tons of music here. It's a 5-act play, and it's, goodness, 80 minutes long. Although 20 minutes of this, or about 60 some odd minutes of music probably, there is narration. And there's the rub. This is certainly, let's just be quick. This is certainly the best version of Hassan out there. Hands down, period. Forget it. So you're going to want to hear it. The narration, I skip. I skip as much as possible whenever there's a speaker. The narration here is by Zeb Soanes, and who also plays the role of Ishak, the poet, who's a major character here. Let's see, the narration was reduced from the play by Moirig Bowen. I just find it annoying. I think the play would probably drive me nuts, and probably you too. It's, in this sort of Arabian Nights, 19th century English idiom. I don't know how else to describe it. Oh, thou beautiful rose of Cairo, saturated with perfume and drenched in yick. It's horrible. Anyway, Hassan is actually, he's sort of an observer. Stuff happens to him as he's watching. He's a confectioner, a kind of, pathetic confectioner. He's in love with Yasmin. He's trying to make confectioner things that are going to make him fall in love with him. And then there's the Caliph, who's wicked and evil and nasty. And there's all kinds of cruelty and torture going on in Baghdad. There probably still is. Who knows? And then there's a pair of lovers who are captives of the Caliph, and they get executed, and Hassan tries to save them, and it doesn't work. And so, ultimately, he and his poet friend Ishak decide that they're much, much better off if they depart for Samarkand to seek enlightenment. And it's a gorgeous scene, by the way, that Delius writes at the very end. It's absolutely magnificent. The music is exquisite. And I mean that without a trace of irony. I mean, it's what exquisite means. It's this music. Delius was dealing with a small pit orchestra of about 30 people, and that's what you get here. Handley had the full London Philharmonic, and it wasn't quite the same in terms of balance and whatnot. But the actual number of players here, 6 violins, 3 first, 3 seconds, 2 violas, 2 cellos, double bass, flute doubling piccolo, oboe, English horn, clarinet, bassoon, 2 horns, trumpet, trombone, tuba, timpani, 1 percussionist, and harp. And the percussion has lots of things to do. There's cymbals and tambourines and camel bells, and, jingling things and whatnot, and triangle and the usual. Really, really gorgeous music. Delius wrote interludes for all the acts. He wrote scene change music. He wrote music that accompanies narration. He wrote music that is actually performed in the course of the play. There are dances. There's a full ballet. I mean, it's full ballet. It's a few minutes, but there's a ballet. There are choruses. There are haunting, evocative offstagey choruses, and less haunting and evocative onsstagey choruses. It's a big work. There's lots of music. Delius apparently loved working on it, loved the story, because it has a kind of cosmic spiritual ending, which is really incredibly beautiful. I mean, he just rose to the occasion. The procession as they all leave in the caravan, the camel caravan, which is going off to Samarkand with Hassan and Ishak, is really some beautiful music. Really some of the prettiest stuff Delius ever wrote. And that's saying a lot. This recording is from 2024. It is the only recording now of the absolutely complete thing, complete incidental music. And if you can deal with the narration, you know, or skip it, which is what I do, you're going to be in great shape. But you should hear this. It's a masterpiece of incidental music. It really is. So we've got the Britten Sinfonia voices and the Britten Sinfonia under Jamie Phillips. Pardon me, Jamie Phillips. Wonderful, wonderful performance. And I get the fact that they try and give you as much of the play, the story to set the atmosphere of the various musical bits. But I would rather have the various musical bits just do the opposite and just have a little line or two. Well, Hassan goes here, or he gets thrown into a basket, a la Falstaff, and that sort of stuff. And, they're beggars running around, and, you know the drill. So be forewarned, but listen to Hassan because it is glorious music. Keep on listening, friends. Thanks for joining me. Take care.